Greetings to all the street soldiers, good-hearted men and women, and the 12 tribes scattered across the four corners of the world. For those who have an ear, let them hear. This is General G. Let's get right into it. I'm going to spend the first part of the video ending pretty much from the Change the Gang videos. I made 2 earlier videos. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch them. Like and subscribe. Where I spoke on how gangbanging needs to change. Everything in life evolutionizes and becomes better, you know. So I feel we should change the game. I didn't really get into specifics on my opinion on how you can change the game. So I'm gonna spend the short part of this beginning of the video showing you how I think we can change it, which is baby steps. 4 neighborhoods at a time, baby steps. 4 neighborhoods at a time. I made a little chart. I'm no artist by any means, but I think you would get the gist of it, especially the people who live in the Los Angeles, California area. So here we go. This is what I mean by 4 neighborhoods at a time in a square radius. So right here, I did a square radius. You have Central Avenue, San Pedro, which you can call top or bottom, 108th Street to Century, which you can call the sides. And in this square radius, you have 4 different gangs. Up top across San Pedro, you would have what you call Eastside Hustler Crips. Across 108th Street, you would have what you call Backstreet Crips. Right here, before you get to Central, inside this area, you have what you call Front Street Crips. And then on this other side of Century, you would have what you call East Coast Crips. The imaginary line, and that goes for any area, any state. The 4 closest neighborhoods to you. Now y'all ain't gotta be all kumbaya, hang out with each other. My suggestion is just maybe 4 representatives from them 4 gangs meet up and get on the same page. Sit down, talk, get on the same page on how you want that square area ran. And let's start with that. And like I said, let's record this. We see so much, as I stated in my last video, man, so much violence on these YouTube channels, Facebook, people of color against people of color. Let's start showing some of this positive stuff. Let's start getting this out here, people. It's important. Like I said, I know people in high places. We showed this, and we got that square radius taken care of. Now we can start pushing to get these police with agenda out of our neighborhoods and start making our neighborhoods safe for us and our families. It's a must. Nobody's going to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. And so that was my suggestion for Change the Gang. Once again, if you saw my first 2 videos, I never said stop, but let's change it. The main reason I say we need to change it is for the events to come. And this is why I'm going to have to start shifting towards what this channel was really made for. And that's spiritual awareness, prepping or getting prepared for the things to come, and networking with like-minded people. I will leave my email address at the end of this video, so you can leave me an email. This is for the remnant. The reason why, people, and I always tell you, the Bible relates hand in hand to what times is going on. That's why I believe the Bible. That's why I take heed to the Bible. I'm usually not dressed like this. See, the Bible gives you instruction. It tells you how to eat. It tells you how to dress. It tells you how to pray. We just have to read and educate ourselves to find these things out. And it actually tells you who you are. I try not to use colors to describe people. White, black, brown, red, etc. I try to use the terms the Bible used. The way God addressed people. African was considered Hamite or Canaanite. Chinese, Sinnonite, and so on and so on. But the main reason is because we are in the last time. And I keep pounding this in each video, and that's because it's very important, people. It's very important. And so the tail end of this video, I will give you from the Bible relating to things happening on earth right now to show you how it's hand in hand. Not only to show you how it's hand in hand, but to prove we are living in these last times, to prove it's good versus evil, to prove we need to stop the nonsense and get with it. It's time to smell the coffee, as they say. And if you follow me on this channel, I will at least get you to the basics to start you on your journey of yourself. As I stated before, it's people way further advanced in their spiritual walk, way more people advanced in their prepping. This is for the people with no knowledge, the people who's on your mind but you're not for sure, just as I was at one time. The people who just need that bit of little information to make them go look for themselves. And when you learn the Bible, you learn that there's basically 5 laws of the Bible, which I will begin to later on in different videos. But to make it short, you have ceremonial, royal or moral, dietary, sacrificial, and judgmental. That's basically all the laws that's spoke upon in the Bible. Now, proof that we're in last times, I want you to go to 1 Corinthians 15:52. It speaks on the last trumpet sounding. And there's plenty of videos, especially on YouTube, where strange trumpet sounds are being heard across the world. Once again, 1 Corinthians 15:52 speaks of it, hand in hand related to the real world. These sounds are actually being heard of across the world as we speak. 1. Leviticus 25 verses 8 through 10 speaks of the year of the Jubilee and how that relates to end times. I encourage you to read once again Leviticus 25 8 through 10. Another sign relating from the book into actual events happening on earth. Matthew 24 verses 7 through 8. It speaks on how nation will rise against nation. What's all the talks of with the North Korea, Russia, even South Africa actually. It's an uprising, civil war starting to happen over there. So nation is rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You know my saying, don't take my word, look it up for yourself. Educate yourself. It also speaks in Matthew 24 7 through 8 of famine. For y'all don't know what famine means, that's starvation basically. That's been happening. Look at tapes, not only Africa, a lot of people see Africa, that's what you see on the TV, but a lot of South American places, Middle Eastern places, Cambodia, it's a lot of people is dealing with famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. This is happening, people. It's spoken of on the book, and it's happening right before our eyes, right here on earth. It was just a big earthquake in California. I hate to say it because I'm from California. It's more to come, people. It's prophesied. It's going to happen. Another thing, Luke 21:25 speak of signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And speaking of YouTube channels, it's I know it's 2 channels in particular that stands out to me: Sky Watchers and Skynet. But it's even more people that's paying attention out here in this world and covering these things. Man, I want to start covering these things. I'm looking out my window now and I see some type of big circle formation, and it looks like a cloud, but it isn't, right in the sky. And I pay attention to the sky. I'm starting to see stars appear that wasn't up there before. I mean, bright stars. Like I said, don't take my word. Look it up for yourself. Educate yourself. These things are happening, people. bird formations. I've even witnessed that where I'm at. You see hundreds of birds just swarming in formations, man. They're not even scared of people. I mean, covering whole sidewalks up. Animals acting strange. That's also predicted in end times. That's why I chose the name the Black John Connor. To resist against the things that's coming, man. Like I say, militarized robotics, drones, cameras in our smart TVs and iPhones, conversations being heard. All of this is for real. I mean, Facebook just released a statement showing how their data or information was so-called compromised. Come on, man, that was by design. But yet you still put all your business on there. I see people post things from the dinner they ate to the stupidness they're doing out here in the streets and putting it on a platform that could come back and incriminate your ass later. And excuse my language, but like I say, the ignorance is at an all-time high and it frustrates me. We concentrate on things we shouldn't be concentrating on. You know, we gotta get in the book. That's why I'm trying to show you the comparisons of what the books say to the events that's happening right now on earth, man. To let you know it does go hand in hand, and we need to start paying attention to the things that matter. I tell my kids all the time, which thanks to the Most High, they're taking heed to this. They're starting to dress modest. They're starting to get with the program, man. And it don't take much. I tell them all the time, start off with 5 minutes a day. We mess off 5 minutes doing all kind of unnecessary things in life. You can take 5 minutes to read some chapters in the Bible. And if you stick with this channel, I show you how to read the Bible where all the thous and confusing words won't be so confusing. Because God, just like He tells us how to dress, how to eat, how to pray, He tells us how to read this Bible, line upon line, precept upon precept. Lastly, I want to talk about things that's in 2 Timothy chapter 3, 1 through 5. And if this doesn't hit you right over the head of proof we're in these last days, you're not the remnant that I'm trying to reach out to. 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5 read as, "But know this, that in the last days, perilous times will come. For men will be lovers of themselves." I don't even have to speak up on the gay agenda being pushed not only on TV, movies, commercials, even laws now. You can't say nothing bad about nobody from the gay community. Why do you think that is? It's funny, I'm older. See, I know the difference. Growing up, it was more kept in the closet. You didn't see it on TV, you didn't see it in commercials, and you definitely didn't see it in movies. So I know a difference. Go back and watch TV shows from the 80s, 70s, even early 90s. You don't see it as much as you see it now. It's everywhere now, even on cartoons. Men will be lovers of themselves. Lovers of money. I see this all the time across Facebook. Get that bag. Money, money this. Money, money that. But you educate yourself, you know money is the root of all evil. That's going on today. Predicted in this book. Boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. That sound familiar? Unloving, unforgiving, slanders, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good. Despisers of good. It's going to be people knocking me. And like I say, all I'm trying to bring is spiritual awareness, uplifting, and unity. Despisers of good. Unloving, unforgiving. And I mentioned that in the last video. So many videos out here is sad. Especially with people of color. Unloving. unforgiving. You see men on women, young on elderly. There's no limits. Disobedient to parents. Wake up. Traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. And I was a victim to this as well. There was a time I was in the street, blinded, not knowing who I was, seeking pleasures of the world other than pleasures of God. It's humbled me, it's protected me, and it made me see things in a whole nother light. And it's real. And I'm still on my spiritual, what I call, walk. I say it's people advanced to me, it's people lower than me. One thing I can tell you, I'm going to continue. I'm not looking back. I will only get stronger. And if you keep up with me on this channel, you would only get stronger as well. Having a form of godliness, but denying its power. And from such people, turn away. I said in the last video, we are God's people, but yet we deny its power. Like I say, it's great joy, but it comes with great responsibility. For those who have an ear, let them hear. All my street soldiers, good-hearted men and women, and the 12 tribes scattered across the four corners of the world. This is General G. To the next video.